Ooh, okay, lots of learning there when it comes to our wildlife, but very interesting stuff. Ilhaam Anwar, my husband, what was your book? My Hungry Husband. Did you learn anything about the animals?
I did.
It's very interesting. I learned everything, Graham. Thank you so much for that. Class in session, though, in the kitchen right now to help you out when it comes to making a cake. Because, you know, baking a cake can be a daunting task for some, right? Not even just some. For a lot of people, it can be very scientific, very technical. And chef and co-founder of popular food blog, my favorite, actually, My Hungry Husband, Ilhaam Anwar, joins us in the kitchen here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show to share another great recipe for the quickest and the easiest chocolate cake. It's a fantastic recipe because this cake recipe is known as the crazy recipe or the crazy cake. And the reason for that is because it doesn't use any milk, you don't need any butter, you don't need any eggs for it. Everything gets mixed in the pan, it bakes in, and you don't even need any other equipment other than a whisk or a fork. That is all you need.
Yeah.
And we're about to do that. You're about to show us how to do that. I like this because this is the cake for somebody on the move.
Yes, and it's great because you can be vegan if you don't do the ganache, you know, and you make another icing, but I'll tell you more about that
well,
later.
you must definitely school me on that.
So this cake, I can't take credit for it. It actually originated in the 1930s at the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So when, you know, things like milk, butter, and eggs were, you know, scarce and expensive, this was a really affordable way of having dessert or like a treat.
Well, I've always wondered what they did for cake, because anyone will tell you from the food team here at Expresses that I really do love my sweet treats, and I always wonder, what do you do when it comes to cake in the absence of all those things?
Exactly.
Wow.
So this is a really great recipe that you can make at home if you, with just your like store cupboard ingredients.
Yes.
You know, you don't need anything special. So we've
got
got some flour in the bowl. And I'm just going to add my dry ingredients in here. So I've got some sugar that I'm going to add in.
Great.
Some cocoa, and then some bicarbonate of soda and some salt.
What does that do?
Now the bicarb is what kind of does the magic with the vinegar. And that's what makes it the cake rise.
I've seen when we've done those experiments here in the kitchen. Okay, so that's great. So your dry ingredients are in there. Listen, in fact, if you want to bake along with us and you want the recipe to this cake, maybe go onto our website, expressoshow.com. I promise you there are tons of recipes there, but this one is there with all of the ingredients you're going to need, the very few ingredients you're going to need.
Okay, so I just whisked this to try and get, you know, everything nice and evenly combined.
Can I help you with anything?
Oh, I'm going to get you to make the ganache. So why don't you take this cream and just pour it over.
Okay, cool.
Pour it over the chocolate.
Trust me
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. So we've got some cream going into the chopped pieces of chocolate. We're using dark chocolate here?
Yes, and remember with ganache, you pretty much do like equal amounts of cream and chocolate. So you can do milk chocolate if you like.
Okay.
And then
I prefer milk chocolate, I have to say.
And then like you said earlier, we're making this all in one bowl.
Yes.
So we're just going to make little indents to put all of our ingredients in. So we've got our...
Why are you doing it like that?
That's what the recipe said to do. So I'm just trusting the recipe.
Oh, because the 1930s people, they know best,
yes, they knew what was going on. So I've got the oil, the vanilla, and the vinegar in here. And then I've got about, I think it's a cup of coffee that's cooled down. So it's very important that you actually cool down your coffee
I can
before you add
already
it in.
almost smell and feel and taste all of those flavors coming through of the chocolate, of the coffee together. I mean, that is magic in your mouth.
And that's literally just it. And that's your cake batter done.
Stunning. Okay, so I'm done here. What do I do next?
Just keep on mixing until
until you say stop.
Until all the chocolate is dissolved.
Okay, cool.
And then this mixture, once I've whisked it and just gotten all of the lumps out, we're going to pour into our cake tin that's already been prepared. So it's got some wax paper and it's been greased. You can also, if you've got like a nice dish or something, just spray and cook it. Then you don't even have to take the cake out.
Oh, because then
you can just
you
put the dish on the table.
Does your husband actually now help you in the kitchen, or has he just remained hungry?
No, he does. He's actually really great. We share a lot of things. So if I cook, then he will help with, you know, washing up.
So what I'm doing now, would this typically be the thing that your husband does when you guys are making cake, for example, or Maybe not necessarily, just washing the dishes.
No, I usually, you know, the first time I made this, it was a surprise because I generally don't bake cakes and things like that. I usually just make, you know, easy things like muffins or cupcakes.
The everyday stuff.
Yeah, and this cake, the reason why I love it so much is because I don't need to take out a mixer.
You don't need much.
I don't need a hand mixer. I don't need equipment.
That is what we're teaching everyone. You don't need much for this cake. Go on our website, expressoshow.com. It's on there. Woo,
and then
Mrs. Anwar.
180 degrees for 20 minutes until
and
it's
then
done.
Yeah. Love it. Why don't you make this at home and then send us pictures? We'd like to see everybody getting involved with it. That's what the final product looks like. We have drizzled some goodness all over it when it's done and it is ready to be served to perfection. When your guests do rock up, I can tell you now it's going to be a crowd pleaser of note. You rock! You rock! Thank you.